Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary and today's video is going to be unusual. It's a video that I am doing first time in my life, and I don't even know if I'm going to post it because it is going to be sincere and honest conversation, something that I wanted to get out of my chest. And I grabbed my tea because I'm sick, you can hear it from my voice, and I was thinking today to make completely different video, but then I understood that I want to talk about completely something else, and then I made a decision to do this video instead, because sometimes you have to be like, you have to do what your heart tells you to do, otherwise it's not gonna be real, and it is going to be fake and you're gonna notice it. So I grabbed my tea and let's have this conversation. So most of you didn't know, but yesterday I had my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And I turned to 33, and recently, like the last 2-3 months, I have this big thoughts in my head where I'm thinking what I'm grateful for, where I'm standing now. Because if you knew me last year when I was 32, I was this totally different person. I was lost, I was desperate, I was hopeless and helpless, and I didn't know what I want to do in my life or if anything makes sense in my life. And I hit the point last year, like my lowest point, when I was like, I'm the most useless person on this planet Earth, and how the planet can carry me. And but I'm thankful I have my best friend next to me, which is my husband, and he knows all these thoughts that I was having and the depression I was going through, and he was there for me, holding my hands and leading me through this self-discovery, self-motivation, like self-growth journey. And I am so thankful to him, you guys. I don't know if I would make it without him at all, because I'm blessed to have Philip as my husband, because he is like a miracle that happened to me in my life. Like, he's the most wonderful person I know, and he's my best friend and soulmate, and I'm sure I'm his. So this is one of the biggest things I'm grateful to God that I got. And today I wanted to talk about like things that are moving me, where I am in my life, who I am, what I became, what I'm thinking, and stuff like that, and what I'm grateful for with being 33. So a little bit backstory about me, because most of you don't know, and only a couple of friends who are my best friends from childhood and who are supporting me through this YouTube journey and watching this video, they know the story. But I come from Armenia, and when I was 2.5, we had this horrible earthquake that took lives of so many people, and so many people lost their loved ones, and I was one of the blessed ones, actually, or fortunate ones, who didn't lose anyone. Like, and like I feel that we were blessed with that, okay, that at least we didn't lose anyone. But still we stayed without shelter. We were outside on the street, and it was December. So, and it wasn't only me, of course, it was the whole North Armenia, and we were on the street. So we started living in huts for years before we got apartments. So I knew that struggle since I was a child, how it is to live like in very, very bad conditions. Okay, I can't even compare the life I'm having, or the life of my daughter, to the childhood I had, or my friends had. But I'm very grateful to that childhood, because it gave me the friends, like friends for life, and I carry them even though we have like thousands of kilometers between us, because we're like living all in different countries, but we are still best friends, and we still support each other, and we still are happy with the achievements of each other, and we are still upset when someone fails somewhere. And that is the most pure and honest relationship I have ever had in my life, or further life, because I have never met those kind of friends anymore in my life. So I have been through a lot as a child before we got an apartment. Like I was already 12 when we got like electricity, and we were allowed to do like our homework under a normal light, like not under a lamp or something. Like so many things. But this is not that story. The story is just, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter if you're a woman or man, skin color, religion, not even the age, you should never stop dreaming. Okay, you should never stop dreaming, even if that dream doesn't make sense to other people. It should make sense to you. It should come from your heart, and it's not enough just to dream and write it on the paper. If you really want it, you should think of the opportunities how you can make that dream come true. But first of all, you have to believe that if someone else did it, you can do that too. And that is what moved me throughout my life, because I have met a lot of people who told me that I'm crazy and that is not going to happen. And I still meet those people because I always set out goals and dreams that are not that usual to other people. And I always get confronted with the fact that I'm being weird and that doesn't make any sense, or people treating me like, oh, Mary again with something. But you know what? It should make sense to me, and I am the most important person in my life, okay? And that I had to learn throughout the years, not to pay attention what people think about me, but more think of my own opinion about myself, because it is my life in the end of the day. It is my path, and I only get one shot in this life. And you know what? If my neighbor doesn't agree with me, 10 years after, maybe I've moved from this house and that person is not going to be my neighbor anymore. And if because of her I stop doing the things that I feel passionate about or I believe in, 10 years after this, like she will forget even what was my dream and what she said, and I will be that person feeling miserable that because of someone that is not even in my life anymore, I stopped myself doing something that I really, really wished. And I'm so glad that I came to the point to understand that my dreams should make sense only to me and not to everyone else, because I'm not living the dreams and lives of other people, and I just live my life and I treat the people that way as well. If someone says something to me that doesn't make any sense to me, but I just leave them think that it's their thing to do. I don't come with scissors and cut their wings off, okay? Because I think that doesn't make sense. I am a dreamer, I am a believer, I am a fighter. I have always been like that. But I have been in situations like I'm telling you last year when I was like nothing of these things. I was like, it's over. Everything is over. I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm lost. That's it. And I'm so happy that 1 year after, I was able to gather that strength, to gather that inspiration. I was able to reflect my life from the side, to see what I am doing wrong, or to change the way I think, because it's not the actions that we do, it's the way that we think that makes us miserable. Because you guys, it's better to do something than like average than not to do anything. Like, you understand what I mean? If you're not doing anything, then you're just standing in the same position. You think that you're safe, but you're gonna pay for that in the end of the day. And if you're doing at least a small step to your goal, to your dream, then you are already doing something. Like, it is so much important for us to know, because we don't have to do like big steps. There are people for whom it is easier to reach the thing that we want as for us, and for us it's easier to reach some other things that can be harder for someone else. So we shouldn't compare our growth with someone else's growth. What we should think about is where we want to go, how we want to reach it, and who can inspire us to do that. My battery just died. I forgot where I was. one of the biggest things that I am grateful that I ended up doing is opening my YouTube channel. I know to some of you it will be like, really? Just a YouTube channel? But for me, you guys, it's not just a YouTube channel. It is my baby that I'm treating. It is like, for me, it meant a lot more. For me, it meant facing my fears, because I had a lot of fears. I had a lot of like, I have been questioning myself a lot. Okay, I am this unconfident person in my life who thinks that she's not good enough, she's not smart enough, she doesn't know this and that, and who always tries to be perfect. But guess what? You can never be perfect. None of us can. No one is, because we're just human beings. That's what makes us human beings. We can't be perfect, and I had to realize that, and I had to realize that even with my not perfect English, even with my strong English accent, it is still okay to make a video, and no one is going to kill me for that. Like, the worst thing that can happen is that someone will write me, your English is horrible, but nothing worse than that will happen, if you know what I mean. And YouTube gave me an opportunity to view myself from a side, because I make a video and I am able to see myself from the side, how I talk, what I say, not like how I look, but what I say, how I do it. And I discovered so many things about myself I didn't know. And the only thing I regret that I didn't start this channel 3 years ago as I really wanted, because I was so scared to make a mistake. I was so scared not to be perfect. I was so scared of criticism, because I have been dealing with criticism the whole my life, as everyone. I think there is no person on this planet Earth who didn't deal with that, especially being a woman in Caucasus. Armenia is Caucasus. It can be challenging, because you have to be this quiet person, you have to be loyal, humble, tolerant, you can't speak up for yourself, and so many things. And you are expected to be perfect, you are expected to be to sacrifice your life, your dreams, to your family, to your husband and kids and everyone else, even to your neighbors, but never think about yourself. And I had to learn, like really learn, to take care of myself, to speak up for me, to tell people like that I also have needs. And a funny thing, we had a conversation with my husband a week ago, when he was analyzing myself, and was like, you have changed a lot. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, before you were telling only you and like us as a family, and now you say more me, I need this, I'm tired, I'm hungry. And I'm like, and you find it strange, because like, I'm so glad that I finally reached up to the point of being selfish a little bit. I know selfish sounds so negative, but you guys, I'm telling you, it's even worse when you are just a giver. Like, giver, you have to take something to be full, to fill up yourself as well. How do you expect yourself to give to give all the time if you're not taking anything? Like, how? It makes no sense. That's why I was so empty. That's why I was so tired and done with everything, because I never took anything from anyone else. I never expected anyone to give me something, and I never asked for. And I had to learn, like, throughout this, especially when my daughter was born, and I'm so thankful to her, because she divided my life into life before and life after Audrey. She taught me to value my life, to value myself, to believe in myself, because she showed me that I am actually such a strong person that I have never thought I was. Like, I thought I'm the biggest loser, the weakest person. Like, you guys, you don't know, okay, like how lost I was. And she taught me all these wonderful things about myself. And I'm not like telling you how perfect I am or how good I am, because I am definitely not. It's just like first steps that I'm trying to make to take me out of that hole. And where I was, because trust me, I was very, very, very deep down, like deep, 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 deep down. And because of her, I understood that if I'm not going to take care of myself, if I'm gonna get sick or something, who's gonna take care of her? So I started really thinking about my eating habits, about my life, about treating myself a little bit with kindness. Yes, I can say that people around me make me suffer as well, but who let those people to come into my life? It was me. So I had to learn not to make excuses and say it's someone else's fault, because in the end of the day, it's my fault. If someone allows himself or herself to hurt me, then I allowed that person to hurt me, or be rude to me, or drag me down. And I had to question my surroundings. I had to clear up my environment a lot to reach the point where I am, like to go to these first steps of my journey, further journey. And I had to say goodbye to so many people because they were toxic to me. They were dragging me down. And I don't mean that those people were bad people, because they were not. They were just people with different goals and different expectations and dreams than I was. Because I have been like, there are people who have their routine. They're satisfied with that routine. They hate like their life, but they're on the other side, they don't do anything to make things better. So they go to the same job, meet the same people, do the same crappy job that makes them feel miserable, but they do it all over again every single day, and they don't even think about changing something, or they don't even let themselves to think that it could be better. But they come and they complain like hours long, making you like taking your time. Of course, let's face that as well. They will come and they will complain about the life, how miserable they are, how the people around them are bad, how their job sucks, their relationship sucks, and you are listening to that and soaking that, you want it or not, and like you listen that almost every single day. And even though your goals and dreams and understanding of life is different, but you catch yourself in a point when you started thinking like them as well, because these people were a lot in your life. So what you have to do is to clear up your environment, to reach out to people who inspire you, who motivate you. And this sounds so bad, I know, like it sounds horrible what I'm saying, but that's the truth, you guys, because in the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be good for yourself. Like you have to make yourself feel good. I can't make you happy. No one can make you happy, and no one can make me happy. The only person who can help me and who can make me happy is me. And I had to understand that I'm not being selfish in a negative way, or I'm not being a bad person if I say to these people, I can't, like I don't want this relationship anymore, because they were dragging me down and I wanted to just do my things, or I was too tied up to their opinions and they were holding it like that. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't grow. I stopped growing, I stopped dreaming, I stopped motivating myself. But I'm so glad I came to the point when I said enough is enough. I know what my heart wants. I know where I want to go, and this is how I'm going to deal with that. And if those people are offended, they should be offended, because they have been hurting me for so many years. So sometimes it is like that in life. So you have to question your surrounding as well if you see that people are dragging you down. And stop making excuses. That's the most important thing, I think, or the biggest hindrance, that we always make excuses. We say we don't have time, or the people are this, or we find so many excuses to explain why are we standing still and doing nothing, instead of thinking, okay, this is my problem and I'm gonna solve it. Like treating it as a problem and solve it to give it a solution. If you think you don't have a time, but instead you have been complaining for 1 hour to your neighbor about your how your life sucks, then you already had the 1 hour that you could change your life or make a step to make things better, instead of spending that time and complaining about things. So it is all relevant. There is no such thing. And I heard a wonderful expression the other day, when someone said the only thing that is equal to every single person on this earth is this 24 hours a day. Nothing else, but 24 hours a day is the same amount of time that is given to every single person on earth. So how you're going to spend those 24 hours, it's your thing, but try to make the best out of it, because you get only one shot. Tomorrow is not promised to you. You have only today, and you have to work today to make your future better. There are so many things that I'm grateful for today. Like, I know I'm not there where I wanted myself to be with 33, because of course I made resolutions and something, and I imagined myself to be a lot further than I am today. But I'm so happy that at least I know who I am now and what is my direction and how I'm dealing with my problems. I'm so happy that I was able to fight that depression alone without like professionals or something, that I had the courage and strength to drag me out of the hole and become the person who I am. And I'm telling you again, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm such an amazing person, but I don't treat difficulties in life as a punishment anymore, because I have been through a lot of things, you guys, and I thought I am being punished. But in the end of the day, God loves us all, and He can't punish anyone. He will just give you these difficulties to learn something, to make something out of it, to become a better person, the better version of yourself. And this is how I treat now my difficulties, or reflect the things that I have been through like that. Because, for example, I have been in a toxic relationship, but in the end of the day, if I wouldn't be in that relationship, I would never meet my husband. Like, I would walking by and never see that precious person there, because he's not like a peacock type of a man. He's not like, hi, that's me, so charming and stuff. He's not like that. He's this generous, sweet, clever, big-hearted person, and I'm so happy to have him in my life. We have been together for 8 years, and 7 of them we have been married, and I still wonder how he can like put up with me, because I'm such a hard person to take. Like, I am very hard person, but I'm so grateful that I have him in my life. I am so grateful that we have our daughter together. I'm so grateful that I had the courage to come out of a country like Armenia, and even though the things are not bad at all there today, which I'm so happy for, but I'm so happy that I could make a change in my life, and I never gave up on a dream to go out of there and discover the world and meet new people and try to live in other countries, try different food and learn different languages. I'm so happy I had the courage to open this channel, to face my fears, not to be perfect with my language and accent, something that bothers me a lot, but I can still improve it. These are the things I can improve. I had to start somewhere to be able to improve. I can't wait 10 years not to do anything and think that my English is going to be better if I'm not talking in front of the camera. Like, the only way I can improve my speech is to talk to camera every single day, and one day this is going to be a routine. This is going to be natural already, and I'm so glad that I have done this, and I'm so glad to be in a place where I am, and to have the people, like, they are not a lot, but these are the genuine devoted people that I have in my life, and they mean the world to me. I'm very blessed to have them. So, you guys, I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this video, because it was like all over the place. It was not planned at all, and I hope I can edit it in a way that it makes a little bit sense, but we will see. If you're watching this video, then probably I was able to edit it. If not, then it will always stay like as a reminder for me how I felt when I was 33, because it is a huge step. It's a huge step and a change of life. Like, it's incredible. And I'm so happy for that. So I hope you got a little bit motivation, or a hope that things can get better for you. You just need to want it and believe and work on that. And yes, you guys, thank you so much that you watched this video through, if you did. And if you liked it, please give me thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next videos. Bye.